experts to create your dream online business or grow your existing business, go to freedomlifestyleagency.com.
Hello, 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 amazing superstars, and welcome to our next episode of Business and Lifestyle Makeover, where we have the incredible Rajesh. Everybody say hi, Rajesh. How are you doing, Rajesh?
I'm doing fantastic, Tjibaria. I'm so happy to be here again. I'm already seeing Sahid says hello, hi.
Yay, that's super awesome. And we are super, super excited to be speaking to you guys today about this very topic, because today we're going to talk about how you can get clients from the internet, which obviously, if you're running a business or you're thinking about going in business, is super important, because if you don't have the money, then you don't have a business and you will not be able to do it sustainably. So today's a very powerful episode. So we highly want to encourage everybody to stay here until the end. And if you're excited about this, then comment below and say, I want to get clients. And I'm going to pass the mic to our incredible head of our FLC agency, Mr. Rajesh, who will be introducing this topic. Because one very important thing that we have to keep in mind, and this is why we are running these episodes every other week on Monday, 3 p.m. UK time, is because we want to allow you to see how the experts run a business and how there are just some simple things that everyone should be doing to be able to make this process so much faster, so much more powerful, and so much more profitable. So, Rajesh, the mic is yours.
Hello, hi everybody, and thank you so much, Tjibaria, for that beautiful introduction for the topic. And I think I always, being in business, I've been taught one very important thing is like oxygen for us, for the business, it is money, and the money, the single source is the customer or the client, what we call it as. And what I realized, even from some of my very close friends and clients, literally from all across the globe, they give up. Number one reason why they give up, especially the online business, is they didn't find the clients. They have a lot of passion, they've got a lot of value, they actually kind of want to go out there and help so many people. But oh my god, I want to do it, but somebody has to receive it, and that person is the client. Now the point here is, many of these wonderful persons out there, they go out, they find no people, and they give up. And these clients are really waiting for. Now, I want to ask this question to you, Tjibaria, being in the business of online for such a long time. And I want to ask how anyone can get to the client, go out there and serve. What do you think?
Yeah, so I think one thing that is super important, especially for those of you who are watching this either live or on the replay, is to really, first of all, already start to understand who is that client, who is that person that you can best serve. Because when it comes to the space of business, like what Rajesh was saying, a lot of the time people are super excited and they're like, yeah, I want to help people with this and that and that and that. But most people think about themselves. And I don't mean that you're just like, oh, selfish, egoistic, like that type of stuff. No, they think about it from their own perspective. So I think, oh, I could help people with this, this, and that. I always give a very silly example, which is I would like to make fluffy socks with 3 holes, and that would be something super cool. And I'm passionate about it, but it's not about what I'm passionate about. It's not about me. And this is one of the things I want you guys to understand and to write this down for yourself. In business, it's not about you. It is about the people that you can serve. So one super important key, and I think later on today's call, we're going to dive into it a little bit deeper, is to really understand what are the processes and how do you keep the customer at every single process in mind. When you do that, life changes, business changes, the appreciation of every effort completely changes. I think that is one of the biggest things to keep in mind. Who is it that I want to help, and who is it that I want to serve?
Yeah, I think that is the reason why, right? In the business world, people call it as, client as God. The customer is God, because every single system that we build should be in consideration, in the perspective of the client. And, I tell you, right, one of the very common thing I see in online business, this is very specific to online business over the last few years, right? They call it as online business is a scam. I'm telling you, right? One of the very, very common thing with these kind of people who say a scam is, they put in a lot of hard work, They spent money to really kind of get into that customer, and they
Yeah.
tried, and they think it is scam. Now
Yeah.
there can be, like exactly what you put in. Maybe,
Mm.
they're trying to kind of do the entire business in their perspective, but
Mm.
they're not finding the right customer. Now, my
Yeah.
question to you, Tjibaria, is how do they really find the, how to get customer on the internet is one, how to get the
Yeah.
right customer is really more important. What are the
Yeah.
tools that, we can really kind of think and get to the right customer?
Yeah, I think it basically like if we think about how do we help our agency clients and how do we help like our agency clients, for those of you who don't know, and like I said before, Rajesh is the head of our Freedom Lifestyle Agency, who for the incredible Rajesh, who serves our clients at the highest level. We really basically tell our top clients in that way that it's about like when you look at your business, you want to basically look at it in three phases. And let me just actually use the board that I have behind me today. And it's basically the following three things. You have this first part, and I want you guys to actually write this down. If you're making notes, definitely write this down. The first part is, let's say, the core of your business. So this is basically where you start to see and think to yourself, how can I help people? And whenever we have a client on our agency, this is also what we start off with. We want to basically understand how can you serve people. But that is not enough. Obviously, that part is super, super important. But then the main part is about your customer, like what Rakesh is saying. All of this, so the biggest portion is what is it that the customer wants? What are their problems? How can I help them? Who even is that? And in that process, there are two important things that you need to focus on in your business. And those are marketing and sales. And what you can basically like see these three things as is are two different processes that have the same view, the same aim to be able to bring money into the business, to be able to allow you to make a difference to people. Because whenever we say make money, get a cha-ching, what we obviously mean by that is that you are making a difference to a person. That is why we always say, and I want you guys to comment below, every cha-ching is a life changed, right? But this is the part. So we first of all check with our agency clients, what is the core of your business? What is it really that you feel that you want to help people in? And then when it comes to this process, this for all time in your business, you want to put 80 to 90% of your focus on the marketing and on the sales, because those two things will allow you to, first of all, this is what marketing does. It allows you to be in front of your customer so that you can say, hey, this is me, this is how I can help you, and you literally talk to the customer. And then once they basically say, hey, I'm going to raise my hand, I'm going to go for it, the next part is sales, where you actually are able to show so much value that they'll be like, yes, I want this, I'm in, I'm going to buy that. And then we say cha-ching, everybody comment below and say cha-ching. So it is really, really important, and not to overcomplicate things, because whenever Rajesh speaks to any of our agency clients, he keeps it simple. What are these three things? And then how can we step in each of these things to allow our clients to see, wait, this is actually a simplified system. We can see that this is effective. We can see that we can scale this. So I would say these are very important parts towards really getting that clarity and actually start getting the results. And these need to be basically looked at from the beginning, and remains the main, how you say, the heart of your business. Remains like the core thing of everything that you keep on doing, basically.
Wow, 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 wow. I mean, this is one thing, right? I mean, like, this shows why the first point that you mentioned, right? The oxygen, right? The money is oxygen for the business. Of course,
Yeah.
you are really kind of so passionate to help people. But what
Mm.
happens if there's nobody interested in what you're serving, right? So, which means it is so much more important to put in that effort in that 80 to 90% in this
Exactly.
the building blocks or the foundation blocks of any online business as a marketing and sales. So
Mm.
beautifully said by you. Oh, okay. We have a lot of guests here, right? Sahed says FLC agency is so supportive. Thank you, Sahed. Misty says, ooh,
Oh,
ooh. Tom
that's
also
so
says,
awesome.
yeah, wow.
Yay.
I did session FLC agency. Cha-ching. Wow. Yeah, I think my next question actually belongs to that particular point. When we're
Mhm.
talking about cha-ching, is all
Yes.
about how much service I'm doing to somebody else. Because
Mm.
we always call it as sales is service.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to bring very important point. Again, I want to put the audience very clearly that I want you to comment below saying that sales is service, because that
Yeah.
set of mentality will make you such a huge, I would say, contribution. If you really want to help a lot of people, the first thing you should
Mhm.
understand is sales is service. Somebody out
Yeah.
there who has so much of value to give to people, unfortunately, they don't know how to give it.
Yeah.
And you are selling a solution, one, to change the life of this person, two is to change a lot of lives of people whom this person is going to serve. So
Yeah.
I want you guys write, comment right now. Tom already says sales is service.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love the energy today, Tjibaria.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to bring a very important point, because you mentioned here systems.
Mm.
How these systems, whatever you're talking about, the systems helps this marketing and sales. Can you
Yeah.
share a little bit background around that?
Yeah, and I think this is really a cool thing to mention. So, well, like what you said before about selling a service, because actually, like maybe it would be very useful for the people in here to also see like how that is on our side, like what we do with the agency. Because with the agency, we've had so many different customers over the years, and it's exactly what Rajesh says. It is a lot of the time a person who is so ready, eager, and excited to give to the world, but just wondering, like having so many question marks, like how do I do this? But also, how do I do this efficiently? Because there's so many different ways of how you could go about this. A lot of the time people say like, oh, I have no idea where to start, I want to do this, but how, right? How do I set up my marketing processes so that it's efficient? How do I actually, once it's so efficient, because if you set it up in the way how we set it up, you're going to get the leads, you're going to get people to say like, I want in. But then the question is, once you get a lead on the phone, when someone actually says yes, I'm interested, how do you close them? And there's also another big portion of where we help our clients with within our agencies, that we drill them how to close, how to better your closing system. Because if you get leads but you don't know how to close, you still don't have business, right? So this is very, very important. And I think one main example, like for like we've had so many different clients over the years with regards to our business and lifestyle makeover program. Yeah, that's what we call. Everybody comment below and say business and lifestyle makeover program with the agency, where yeah, I think the cases are always the same. Is that a person really wants to help. So the first thing that we basically do with regards to that is to see, okay, what is that particular thing that you want to help people with? What are the possibilities in that? How would you like to go about that? Because there's so many different ways, right? And then we basically superimpose upon that the systems that we have used and that are have been proven to be very effective for us. Then what we usually do is we say, okay, there's a ton of different ways of how you could use this core. Let's say you have a core, you want to help people with spirituality, or you want to help people with getting them a better lifestyle as a life coach, or whatever it may be, right? There's a lot of different ways how you could do that. You could do it by selling books. You can do this by running your own online training workshops. You can do this by having people come to a retreat where it's more one-to-one, right? All these different ways are options. The way how we basically advise our agency clients is we say, okay, you actually want to have that full funnel in place, but they will become important at different stages of the business. But you want to focus on one main thing first. And so what the first thing is that we do is we say, okay, let's decide on one funnel first. And for that one funnel, we're basically going to guide you. We're actually going to build the processes for you. We're going to build the funnels, build the email sequence, build the messenger, build the strategy of how you can, first of all, get the leads in, but then once they're in, how you can close them as well. So that you can actually set yourself goals in a way that on a, how do you say, on a regular basis, you see, okay, clients are coming in, money is being made. Okay, cool, let's go further, right? Can obviously not guarantee, say, oh, yeah, you're going to make this amount of money in this amount of time. But just to mention one of our agency clients, she's the one that I often also talk about. She's such an action taker. That's also what, whenever it comes to our agency, we don't just accept everybody. This is like a higher level, prestigious service that we provide, whereby there's a substantial investment. And so we don't really, just allow everybody to come in. There's a selection process, and there's also a way how we help people, and then say, okay, we can see what we can do in terms of special scholarships and stuff like that. But I remember this girl, she was such an action taker. And she said, okay, now I've got all this set up, I want to close. So first we shared a sales strategy with her, She executed, and within 10 days, she sold 5K of her own program that she didn't get created. So she had 5 sales with 1K per program. She hasn't created it yet, but she had the concept. And that is basically the speed at which we think and work with our clients. But the key lies in basically having the whole foundation set up, but then hone in on one particular strategy and go full on that and allow that to bring in the income. And then once that's bringing in income, you can diversify and have multiple different streams as well. I hope that actually answers the question. I don't know if I really went into that point or not.
You answered more than the question itself, Tjibaria, because you're such an amazing contributor. The moment I ask a question, I know I'm going to get more than what I asked for. So this is such an amazing thing. But here you actually answered two very important points here. Number one, what you said is you must really look at having the systems in place.
Yeah.
And that's such an important thing. Like you said, right? You create the whole ecosystem. You make them understand and then create the marketing strategy. Make sure everything is there and systems are in place is such an important thing, because without having systems is a difference between somebody who is able to help 10 people versus somebody who is able to help thousands, maybe millions. Why not? How many of you really like to help millions? Comment below saying that I love to help millions, right? So this is exactly where the first aspect of systems are very important. And the second point that you mentioned here is really such an important thing. And that's not really only applicable to online business, to any business.
Yeah.
One funnel at a time.
Yeah.
When we are talking about one funnel at a time, literally you're 100% focused only on that funnel. How the hell am I going to get out of this, this funnel to help people out there? The moment you actually put your entire focus, even you can, you can generate fire out of your focus, right? So these two things are really very important. Build systems to make sure that you're scalable to millions of people.
Yeah.
Second, I want to give the example of IBM. Like, Watson says, I built every single question, answer, system, process into IBM, only considering that how the IBM will stand after 30 years.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why IBM till date is in the top position. So build those systems, make sure you have the experts in place who are able to tell you the topmost, latest, advanced automated systems, how you can build into your products right in the beginning. And the second thing is,
can I very quickly add one thing to it, because it got me so excited as you were talking about it. I think as well, having that let me just very quickly do this. Oh, I know it's coming from here. Okay, sorry. So basically, like one very important thing that you are mentioning there about being able to have that vision or that visionary strategy, so that you can build something that is going to last, something that is going to be, let's say, they're still in 30 years. I can imagine a lot of people who are watching this right now or who will be watching the replay might be thinking like, I just want to get my first client. And how do I build something that is, that is going to be strong and scalable for such a long time? And I think the way how we help our agency clients, but also in the way how actually you went into business or I went into business, is that we both had those experts with us as we were setting our first footsteps ourselves. Because I remember when I started out, I also I never done business before. I just came from a totally different background. I was doing science for crying out loud, right? So I had no idea. Like science is literally the opposite of business, because scientists are always skeptical. They're like, oh no, I need to see it first before I believe it. Business is like, no, I believe it first. I'm a visionary. I'm going to make this happen, right? So I had no clue, but I had a mentor, and I could literally allow his vision to be superimposed about the thing that I thought I wanted to do, and therefore build something that is sustainable and that is actually everlasting in that sense. And I think that is why as well, like if anybody's watching this right now and it's like, I have a big vision. Let us know in the comments as well if you have a big vision, and I want to set something up that is powerful from the get-go. And I would love, our experts from our FLC core family agency actually help you out and do it for you. Then this might be something for you. Then if you think like, hey, we can have a chat and see like whether whether we can help you with that and actually allow you to have that head start and that efficiency from the start. Because again, I can imagine that a lot of the time whenever people get started, they want to make the money, they want to get the first sales, and it's like, how do I actually build everything in a way, like Rajesh just mentioned, that you are able to have that system that is scalable as well. So if anybody in here is interested in that, you can just go to freedomlifestyleagency.com and you can just page and see, see if you like what you see, and you can book in for a call. But I do want to say, hey, look at my dad. Mwah. I do want to say that obviously this comes at a substantial investment. So this is really for people who say like, okay, I want to make this happen. I'm going to go for this, and I want this to be done by experts, and then perhaps build a long-term relationship so that we can continue to work together in the future and become profitable in that way. And again, obviously that depends on you also putting in the work. Then this might be something for you. So I just wanted to add that in, because again, this is something that both you have had, I've had it as well, and this allowed us to be fast in business. Unlike the majority of people fail after the first 5 years, which obviously is never nice to see. So yeah, sorry.
I thought you said that. No, but I want to really kind of second that point, what you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
It's very important. Like FLC agency is not for everyone. I think, I mean, we need to accept the fact, because this is only for the people who are really serious about their goals. And they're so serious, they will not give up unless you achieve them, right? That is when
Yeah.
this whole agency thing will become an amazing platform for them. But I want to ask this particular aspect from your experience, because now you're really kind of talking like, yeah, I have global clientele base, and then so many people all the time. You've got thousands of people we are already having in our own community. Now my question is, when you started,
Mm.
when you started,
Mm.
did you take help of someone, or you did all by yourself? I want to ask, because the kind of growth you had is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I fall in love with the way that you actually scale up your contribution, month on month, year on
Yeah.
year, right? The way that I
Mm.
see it. What is that secret? Can you share with us?
Yeah, exactly. So it was having, the experts looking over, right? So I had an incredible master Shri Kashna who shared with me the ropes about business, and literally were able to do a lot of these things together in the first phase with our business back in the day. And obviously my dad is always there to help and guide, and to really look at, as a visionary towards the longer process of things. So I think that is super, super important. But I think as well, like, to be able to have that system, and most of all, and I spoke about this yesterday in a live video as well, is that it's important, like what you just mentioned, that you will keep on going, that like you're not going to stop until you get the results. And in order to be of that type of mentality, what you need is you need to have that belief and consistent belief. And I think one very powerful thing as well is that whenever you are working with experts, and you're actually like what we do with our agency clients, that we're building funnels for them. We have, our conversations, we give them strategy. We say, okay, this is the way how to go about it, step by step by step. It really fuels that belief as well, because it allows people to see like, okay, literally, this is what they do. I just need to do it. I need to keep on going, and allow that to go further, right? And this is the same thing as well. Every single step of our business and the things that we do, we always get into another level by getting new experts involved for that particular phase. And I think that is a very powerful thing, and just it remains a key point towards anybody who wants to get results fast, who has a big mission, really believes in what they have to offer the world, and have that ROI mindset. Because if you have that ROI mindset, you would double down on it. You would invest in that. Even if you don't have the money, you would go out and find the money, because you know that your mission, your cause is big, and you would like to get there the fastest way. And that's the same what I had, and also the same what I saw that you had as well in the beginning of your journey.
Wow, wow. I mean, I want people to really kind of, all the audience to really write down, because this is very much required for your journey to start, and also at the same time go all the way. Is I want you to comment below saying that I am unstoppable. This is very
Yeah,
important.
unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable, because that is a belief that helped me, Tjibaria, and so many other most successful people who said there are challenges. I don't
Mm.
care what are the challenges, but I'm unstoppable. They went through the challenge and what not. They went ahead. Look at people like Mark Zuckerberg. Uh,
Mm.
Even he thought he needs a mentor. Why? Because
Yeah.
he became number one in the world in what he's doing, and
Mm.
then he says, "Oh my God, I still need mentors." Why? This is very important for you to understand that if you want to maintain saying that I want to be unstoppable all the time,
Mm.
challenges are going to be different. Your mentor, those experts who are actually doing what you want to do, are the people who can put you in the journey on how you can face it, but and being successful. Because,
Yeah.
like what you are saying, Tjibaria, how to get customer on the internet is
Mm.
not difficult if
Yeah.
you follow a very clear cut system,
Yeah.
and which is tested again and again, like our FLC agency is doing. Then you are going to do in that specific format, like what you have put beautifully on the board behind you. If
Yeah.
you can set up system for the marketing and understand the process, automating it, it's
Mm.
not difficult, but it needs a very clear cut a strategy and execution, and making sure that you're monitoring it. Either
Yeah.
you can do all by yourself, or
Mm.
probably like Tjibaria and me, you have some experts who are actually
Mm.
kind of creating that platform for you to run. Because
Yeah.
now I would rather want to call it right how to get customers on the internet faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, as we're talking, right? People will
Mm.
give up if they don't get clients in first 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, or 6 months, isn't it, Chubaria?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's actually this quote by Steve Jobs where he says, "People think it's crazy or long to have to work 2 years before you get rich, but they find it super normal to stay broke in a job for 40 years because people expect, okay, job is the normal norm. That's what everybody does, so that's normal. And even though you're only getting by, you're not getting paid what you deserve and all the rest of it, like your company or the job that you're working in is taking advantage of you and stuff like that. People are okay by settling for that, but then if they do something else, they do want to dip in their toe and try business, just as a new thing, then it's like, oh, I need to get instant results. If I don't get the results the first week, first month, the first year, it's not working. It's business is not working. But that's the thing. You need to believe in it, and if you keep on going, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That's the thing. If you just keep on going, you keep on optimizing for the right things. You keep on putting one foot in front of the next, and have that fueled belief by means of mentors, by means of experts that are there to do it with you. It will allow you to say, hey, okay, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep on going. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, it works. I get the results. I get this client. I get that one. It's like, okay, cool. I'm so glad that I actually stayed in the game rather than what so many people do is they take themselves out of the game. I want you guys to
Yeah.
comment on that as well. Say, don't take yourself out of the game. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I'm just reading a comment from crew. Amazing dad,
Yay.
and dad of Chivaria. In the end, there is nothing to it but to do it, right?
Yes.
And if you take yourself out of the game, which means you are not doing it, you're
Mm.
just saying it or you're just thinking it, nothing give you the result except doing it.
Yeah.
And in that aspect, there are two ways. Either you do it by yourself, or you create a very strong foundation by taking experts into your journey. And
Yeah.
if at all, I mean, FLC is one journey where the moment if somebody wants to really take their journey into the next level much faster, whether you're going to
Mm.
get customers on the internet or creating that automation in terms of the sales process,
Mhm.
all the bases are covered if you want to really fast track. So
Yeah.
if you want any of the agency's services, make sure to just go there and watch that the FLC freedomlifestyleagency.com,
Yeah.
and then see how you'll find relevance. But again, like what Chibaria said, this is not for everyone if you guys are really serious about it. But let
Mm.
me ask, right, before we can conclude this call, is there
Yeah.
any very important thing that people should know about getting
Mm.
customers on the internet, which they should
Yeah.
never miss?
Yeah. 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 And that is absolutely the most important part. You have this in place, okay, I can help people like this. You've got a strategy for the marketing. Let's say you have a funnel for your webinar that you want to fill, and then on the webinar you speak about a couple of things, and then you can have an opportunity for people to sign up and to go on board. And that is basically the sales included within that system, right? So that's a combination of these three. At the end of the day, nobody's going to go into this if you're not visible. So the most important thing that I can say, and this is absolutely crucial to getting customers on the internet, is to be where the people are. Allow people to see you. Allow people to build that relationship with you. Allow people to know, like, and trust you. Because yes, we can all be keyboard warriors, but this time and age, especially, it becomes more and more important for consumers to know who is the person behind the brand. Who is this person? Who is this Rajesh? Who is this Tom? Who is this Sahed, right? For people to actually see, okay, this is that person, and make that decision for themselves, whether they resonate with that or not. And some of you may be thinking right now, yeah, but there are people making millions by not ever showing their face. 100% true. There are people, and that is possible. But the question is, do you want to do it like that, or do you want to do it even faster? And do you want to look at the trends that are currently there? And what is clearly shown is that this time and age, and it's actually, this one was back from 2019 from entrepreneur.com, a stat, make sure to write it down, is that people who, like 80% of people are more likely to buy from a company that they're following online. And that is why the top tip that you can get customers online is that when you have all of these things clear, now be there with the customers. Go live, make a post, make a video, like whatever it may be, whichever platform, be there with them, because then they can get to know, like, and trust you. And from that, everything else will follow.
Wow, this is so awesome. So
Mhm.
what Tjibaria concludes, one of the very, very important point is be visible if you want to be of service. Be
Yeah.
of service if you want to, find clients on the internet. And
Yeah.
you find your customers, then the business is, always successful. And this is the, probably I tried to summarize what you said, Tjibaria, the entire
Mm.
call. And I
Mm.
want you guys to really kind of think deep. Is this something that I can do it, right? These things are really kind of sound simple, but the moment you want to execute, definitely you would start understanding that every successful person went through this journey. But if you want any help of experts, global experts, literally working on several funnels to help people who have proved kind of time and again that yes, we can help so many people out there, go and hit that
Mm.
freedomlifestyleagency.com and register for the interview. And if not, what goes wrong, just go there and share, understand that what exactly is required, because we are coming live for only one single reason: sharing our
Mm.
own expertise with you. And
Yeah.
that's the service that we consider doing it for you. But otherwise, getting customers on the internet is one of the most important aspect, where the difference between the successful and unsuccessful entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Any
Absolutely.
any last advice, Tjibaria, before we can kind of say adios?
Yeah, I think the last advice that I want to say with all of this is trust in yourself, your ability, and in the value that you have to bring to the world. Because that trust will allow you to take the right action steps for you, will allow you to stay consistent, will allow you to be visible, will allow you to, do this system with experts or whichever way you want to go about it. Have that trust in yourself, because at the end of the day, you have something to share with people, and people out there, you may not know it yet, are waiting for you to bless them in one way or another. So that would be my top final tip.
Amazing. Trust yourself, keep inspiring people, keep serving people, and you have that within you on the day that you are taking birth. But for now, I mean, I think I see Faizan says, "Hi, I'm from India. Hi, Faizan, how are you doing? I need some help." Amazing. What you can do is you can just go onto the link and go through the details and register for the call. And we are more than happy to help you, Faizan. And today's call, I really thoroughly enjoyed the way the energy is shown. And if you guys have any question related to any online business, make sure to type it out there. That is also one way of being visible to us, so that maybe we can go out there and help you out. And the moment you have help, you will yourself, you'll feel really kind of equipped to face any challenge successfully. For
Yeah,
today,
absolutely.
I thank each and everyone for tuning into the live with Tjibaria on FLC Agency. And I only want to wish everyone that have an amazing week ahead, and make sure to visit the website if you think you are ready to achieve your goals. And we will see you after next week on Monday at
Yes.
3 p.m. UK time. Until then, we say thank you so much and bye bye.
Bye.